tips and tricks and all that jazz. Hey everyone, it's Vanessa V. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate this. This is my very first video on my new channel on YouTube, so thank you. Today's video isn't just about me opening up to you. It's also about me sharing with you one of my go-to strategies and my #1 tip for dealing with panic attacks. It's easy, simple, and you can start using it today. Really quickly, some of you may know me, some of you may not. I'm a SAG-AFTRA actress. I also do theater as well. I'm theater-based. I'm a filmmaker. I love to write music and sing, and I'm also a speaker and host for workshops on how to live sustainably in a way that works for you. Basically, I'm a lot of things. I call myself an everything bagel, and that's really not to be cute. Literally, like when I think of who am I literally feel like I'm an everything bagel. What am I saying? Why am I sharing that? You know, in a nutshell, to bring in another food item, if it's creative and it involves helping other people, I'm there, I'm interested. That's me. One thing that I am not is a mental health care professional or a healthcare professional. I'm an expert in my own situation and what works for me. My hope is that my strategies will work for you too, just as they have for so many others. Okay, so what's this channel about? All of the content that I plan on putting out has to do with what I have to do every single day. Not just surviving, but thriving in a way that's efficient, approachable, fun, and in a way that works for you, that's quick and easy and gets you living again. I've been speaking and hosting workshops for a few years now, privately and publicly. And really, like I said, it's just about living your life and your career in a way that works for you, that's sustainable and that you can enjoy. I use a lot of the tips and techniques that I've learned over the years through research or just self-development and self-discovery to apply to those workshops and the topics of those workshops. So that's basically what I plan to do here, just not in a workshop format. This channel is not about being perfect, as you will see or have already seen. I'm a recovering perfectionist, honestly. It took me quite a few days to even do this video because I was just trying to perfect, and I wanted to reflect my level of professionalism. However, given the state of the world right now, it's just not possible for me. After all the stuff that I'm hearing on TV, and all of you out there that are having stress and anxiety issues, I just want to get it out there. My brain is going absolutely crazy, as I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing that same issue as well. Is there a spider web on my... Sorry, hold on. I think that was the spider web. It's there and then it's not. There it is again. Oh, is it my necklace? It might be my necklace. Yes. Okay, well, we're shut down. You know, some of you might be feeling that as well. And I definitely am. Really quick before I forget, feel free to share. Please share any of this content with anyone that you think this can help. That's the whole point of these videos and the content that I'll be putting out. Oh, comment below right now if you're liking my videos so far. And if you have any ideas for any content that you'd like me to put out there in the future. Today's topic, as you've probably guessed by the title, has to do with something that I'll be sharing for the first time publicly. I guess part of me was just like, well, I have to wait until I'm totally 100% fine. Or, you know, who wants to watch me? One of my concerns is, of course, stigma. There's a lot of stigma out there about what I have and the issues that I have that go along with it. And mainly my concern is career related because I'm an actress. So I'm a performer. I'm always out of work. And because of that, people that are hiring you don't know you. And if they just hear, oh, she's the girl with what I have, you know, that can make them not want to hire me. But again, right now with the way things are, I feel comfortable sharing. And also it never felt like it was something that I had to share publicly, unless it made a difference somehow. I am open in private with people. If I feel like it's something that's important for me to share, if I feel like our relationship has gotten to a point where it's important for them to know, that way they know more about me and how I operate and why I live the way that I live, which isn't really that weird, but it could just explain certain things about me. Okay, so I almost said what it is that I have, so I'm just gonna say, about 6 or 7 years ago, I was finally diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, aka PTSD. And I also have other issues that stem from that. I don't want this to be a really long video about it because I haven't had time to really, I haven't had the brain focus or anything to really figure out how I want to talk about it. So I do plan to make a video about PTSD in the future, just so that, you know, if you have questions that you're not finding elsewhere or that you'd like to know personally from me, I can answer. I did forget to say what it was. So hold on. La, la, la. Okay, so I'm gonna post this link below. This is just a really comprehensive explanation of what PTSD is, according to brainline.org. This just to me was very comprehensive, easy to understand. Okay, so according to brainline.org, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is a mental health problem that some people develop after experiencing or witnessing a life-threatening event. I'm gonna add in or events because it can be a long-term traumatic experience that causes you to have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I think, you know, other versions of it. Hey, because my brain is fudged right now, I forgot to tell you what the PTSD symptoms were. You don't know that because I've edited it in, but I realized while I was editing that I had forgotten to do that, so I'm gonna do that right now. Now, this is a very comprehensive list. Again, I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail about it because I do wanna keep the video short. And there's more that I will want to say in a future video. So I'm just going to give you the breakdown. One of the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder is flashbacks, or re-experiencing the event or events. You can experience these either mentally, physically, or emotionally. Another one is avoidance of things that remind you of the event or have to do with the event. And another is becoming numb emotionally. Another is hyperarousal or hypervigilance. Basically, you are living in a state of high alert. Negative thoughts or emotions. This can include feeling depressed, isolated and alone, hopelessness. There are more symptoms, and they can all cause a web of further complications like panic, extreme stress, and more. Big ones for me that I still have to really focus on are not feeling isolated or keeping myself isolated, staying calm, and thinking positively, believing positively. And those are just things that I have to continue to work on, like we all have stuff to work on. Another thing with stigma that I'm concerned about is people projecting their previous, how do I want to say it? Previous notions about what PTSD is. Some of you may have, I know I have, seen movies with people with post-traumatic stress disorder in it, or read books, or seen news articles, and a lot of times it's negative. It concerns me that we all have a tendency to take preconceived ideas about people or the world or the way things are and project those things onto other people or situations. And it would be a wonderful, beautiful, utopic place if we could all just not do that and take each individual as they come. I certainly try to do that. It can be difficult sometimes, but to take each person as they come and judge them based on what they are showing you. My concern with my career is that that can't necessarily happen because they don't know me ahead of time. So I'm hoping and praying that, you know, coming out about this does not make me lose work. in a way, okay, you know, if you don't want to work with me because of me being me and open about me a little bit more, then I probably don't want to work with you. However, I can also understand from an uneducated mindset with people, about people with PTSD or other issues, you may think that you're making a logical decision to not hire someone with something like PTSD because there's a lot of money involved in my career, there's time, you want to make sure other people are safe on set, and I understand that mindset. For me personally, I want to be a reliable person, and I don't want to make people around me feel uncomfortable. And I don't want my diagnosis and my other issues stemming from PTSD to cloud my life, my relationships, my job. I'm constantly working at being balanced, you know, emotionally, physically, just mentally, like we all need to be doing right now. That is my full-time job, and I hate to say it, and I go through a grieving process pretty much every single day about that, because my full-time job is being the healthiest person that I can be and acting the healthiest ways that I can every single day. If I'm not able to perform a duty that I said I could do, or you know, I can't make a deadline, I'm very open about that. But because of the time and energy that I spend on being healthier and being the best that I can be every single day, it's very rare that that has to happen. I just want to say that I in no way at all believe, or I'm trying to say that my situation is worse than anyone else's. I absolutely do not believe that. I have never believed that. I will never believe that. I am here to empathize with you. I'm here to help you. And any experiences that I share, any information that I share or bring up about myself is purely as an example, or to let you know that I've been there as well, or I've been in a similar situation as well, and you're not alone. That's the whole message. You are not alone. There's a screen in between us, but my heart is with you. My mind is with you, and I care. I really care. When it comes to diagnosing PTSD, you really want a mental health care professional. I personally wasn't diagnosed until I went to a trauma specialist, which I didn't even know that I needed. I was going to all of these mental health care professionals, and none of them were really getting to the root cause of the problem. They were just treating the symptoms, which I'll get to in a future video, but it was horrible. And I lost faith in the mental health care system because of that. It did take me years to get diagnosed. I spent years and years and years confused, not understanding what was going on with me, and searching and asking for help, and no one could help me. And that is one of the main reasons that I wanted to make this video and start getting the content out there, because I have the answers to a lot of stuff that I didn't have answers to before. And if you're out there and you need some answers that aren't necessarily common or talked about a lot, and you're experiencing a lot of stress and anxiety, I hope that what I have to offer can definitely help you. So luckily, by the grace of God, I was able to find the right person who diagnosed me and got me on the right track to finally being able to move forward and deal and live my life in a much healthier way than what I was having to live it as. So by sharing this information, in no way am I saying all of us are going to get post-traumatic stress disorder from the COVID-19 situation. But if at some point you feel like you're having some of the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, or just stress and anxiety in general, and you're not feeling like you're able to control it, that's okay. There's no shame in that. It's similar to having, you know, a heart disease or something and feeling symptoms. You can't fix it on your own, probably, I don't know. So you go see a doctor. This is not about being weak at all. The brain is our control center. So if our brain is not operating 100%, of course it's going to affect the rest of the body. And if you don't know what to do, or if you don't know what to do in a way that works for you, seeking someone who may know is a fantastic idea. Once you get diagnosed, a lot of times you go into a healing process. And I'm still in that 6 or 7 years later, and I will be probably the rest of my life, but I'll be better and better and better each day in some way or another. I would assume most people with PTSD do not want to have PTSD. So they're working tirelessly to not have the symptoms or the issue anymore, or they're accepting it and just having to figure out how to live with it. And that can be very devastating as well. There are treatment options, of course, for PTSD and the other issues that are stemming from PTSD. One of the ways that I've been able to cope, a huge part, is daily tips and tricks for decreasing my stress and anxiety. That's like the main part of it for me at this point in my recovery, is just maintaining a wonderful inner balance, a calm within the storm. No matter what's going on out there, I'm cool, I'm chill, I'm capable, I'm able, I'm present, I'm ready to go. That's my goal every single day. And there are a lot of different methods that I've learned over the years, either through research or just recognizing on my own and figuring out how to make those work instantly and quick and efficiently and in a way that's comfortable and approachable for me, that doesn't take away from my life, but actually helps me and allows me to live my life more. Now it's time for my number one tip for dealing with panic attacks. I do want to preface one more time, I'm not a healthcare professional, so the information I'm sharing today is my own understanding, what I've been told, research that I've done, and what works for me. That's every time I say anything here about advice. But I did just want to say that in case there was any confusion or someone skipped way down the line to this portion, missed everything before, and is like, oh, she's a healthcare professional or a mental health care professional. What is a panic attack? Some of you may feel, Some of you may feel that you know what a panic attack is. You've experienced them before or frequently, and this is not something that's unfamiliar to you. Some of you may experience them and not realize it. You have symptoms, but you can't place them. That used to be me. And some of you just may not be familiar at all. So instead of me trying to finagle with my words what it is, I did go to the internet, and I will post the link below, but I went to Mayo Clinic. Oh, I just turned off my phone. I went to mayoclinic.org. I liked what they had to say about what panic attacks are. Alrighty, according to mayoclinic.org. A panic attack is a sudden episode of intense fear that triggers severe physical reactions when there is no real danger or apparent cause. Panic attacks can be very frightening. Yes. When panic attacks occur, you might think you're losing control, having a heart attack, or even dying. Yes, I've experienced all of those things, and I know so many of you out there have as well. I do want to say, as a side note, when I was growing up, I did not realize that I was experiencing constant panic attacks. No one that I told my symptoms to, adults, doctors, no one told me that they were panic attacks. They either just didn't take it seriously, just truly, seriously. Or, one of my acting coaches, bless her heart, she told me when I was in high school that it was allergies. It didn't sound right to me, but at the time I was like, okay, if you say so. And of course, whatever I tried to do to fix it did not work, as some of you may know. So that's what we're gonna do today, is figure out a cool tip that I find actually works. Okay, so what is occurring during a panic attack? Basically, your brain is going to try to protect you because your brain, its number one job, and the reason that it exists, is to keep us safe. It's all about survival. Your brain notices a trigger and is trying to alert you to it and keep you safe. So your brain is going to do everything that it can to protect your vital organs, because again, it's about survival. What's it gonna do? It's gonna start to contract and constrict these muscles in your chest. And it's going to try and put you in the fetal position to protect those internal organs right here. And that's gonna cause a myriad of symptoms, as many of you probably know. Some of them that I personally experience: heart palpitations, like heart fluttering, like I can't catch my breath, I can't breathe, and chest tightness. But there's a lot of other symptoms that you can experience. I will put a link below with a list of symptoms for panic attacks in case you're interested in finding out more. Those symptoms can be absolutely terrifying if you don't know what to do. What we need to do is to basically, your brain is telling you constrict, protect, we're in danger. And if you're not, which chances are you're not if you're experiencing a panic attack, you need to tell your brain that no, we don't want to squeeze and contract. We are safe, and we are going to open our chest muscles because we are safe enough to do so. And by doing that action, and we'll go over it in a second, but by doing this physical action, you are telling your brain that you are safe and it does not need to panic anymore. Now, with all of that knowledge, we will go through a step-by-step process of my tip. It's quick, it's easy, it's something you can do in public. It's a wonderful trick that works anywhere. So we're gonna cut to a video of that. I am in my pajama pants, so I'm gonna quickly go change, put on some professional wear, which I'm not gonna show you, but you are going to lace your fingers behind your back if you're able to, and gently pull down. So you'll feel your shoulder blades squeezing together, your shoulders going back and down, your chest popping forward, and then, if you're comfortable with it, pulling back, lifting those hands slowly behind you. Inhaling and exhaling slowly if you can. And then gently returning your hands to the base of your spine or your tush, and then gently releasing those fingers. So what that's doing again is forcing these muscles to open up so you can breathe. If you're not comfortable with that physically, what you can do is you can go up to like my fireplace or a door frame, and you can put your elbow here and open. So you're placing your elbow and then you're twisting your torso gently away. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently releasing and doing the other side. That can also help you. You can do the chest stretch that we just did anywhere, and that's the beauty of it. And that's what I love about everything that I've had to master, because they help you start living again. They don't keep you hidden. You can go and live your life and manage while you're living your life. In a future video that I have mentioned, we will go more into detail about a panic attack, what causes them, what to do during, before, during, and after a panic attack, because all three of those things are really important to do. These strategies are really not just how to survive, but how to thrive. That's what all my workshops are about, and that's what I live by. I don't want to just survive. I don't want to just survive this situation that we're all in. I want to thrive. How can I do that in a way that's approachable for me, comfortable for me, efficient for me, and in a way that just works for me? Thank you so much for chiming in and taking the time to listen to this probably very long video, because I had a lot to say. I'm sure once I watch the video up on YouTube, I'll be like, why didn't I say X? Connect with each other, love yourself. Today is gonna be an amazing day for you. And you are going to live your best life today. So see you next time. Thank you so much. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so that you don't have to look for my videos. Hit the bell, write a comment in the comments of yay if you're finding this video super helpful. Like or dislike this video, it's cool either way. And feel free to write down anything that you need help with or any suggestions that you have for other people. I think it's a really great time to share information and help each other out any way that we can. So feel free to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, maybe Twitch and TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. I'm gonna post other content on there that I don't necessarily post here on YouTube. And if things change over time, I will let you know.